Hello everybody, this is Maria MEJIA, and I'm going to write and do a vlog for thebody.com for Pride 2011. Well, everybody is different, and this is I guess part of my story. I have pride and I'm proud to be an HIV positive lesbian female. Coming from an ultra-conservative Hispanic family, it was a very hard step for me to deal with many issues in my life and be able to speak about them, or, as they say, come out. I was very confused. I was very young. When I was a small girl, for the people that know my story, at the age of 3, I was molested by a family member. So that in itself caused a lot of confusion in me. My innocence was taken away at a very tender age. And I just learned to block things out. Also, coming from a verbally and mentally abusive household, ran away from home. As many know, joined a gang. And I really never thought that I would end up being married and in love with a woman, with Lisa. She is my wife and my partner, and she is my soulmate. And we have been together for 4 years. She is my everything. She is not as visual as me. She's more a reserved person. We balance each other. She's my true soulmate, as I said. I was diagnosed at a very young age. I was just turning 18. So really the only person that I had as my rock and as my support system back in 1991 was my mother. And in the process of dealing with the illness and, thinking I was going to die, all the things that I was feeling inside, maybe towards my own tendencies, were just, that's the last thing I wanted to think about, really, bluntly, sex or whatever. And she was, as I said, she was my rock. She has always been there for me in my journey of being positive. I thought to myself, running away from home because of the situation at home, joining a gang and the things that we had to go through at home, my father, and having to tell her that I was HIV positive was just, I think, enough for her to handle, even though I know that she could handle much more than that. But that's how my mentality was when I was younger. I didn't want to give her any more reasons for her to be sad or to just to worry about, what am I going to say? I'm also a lesbian. I wasn't even coming to terms with that myself. So I was dealing with the issue of just being HIV positive and all the other baggage I had from childhood. So I just, went through life. I saw I was not dying, went through life trying to do what was considered, the normal thing, and trying to live, I guess, what they say is a normal life. And not give my mother more pain that she already was going through with my illness. So, she's always been very supportive, and I always had gay friends because when I was diagnosed, really the support groups that were out there and a little bit later on in the future were all, male, gay male support groups. So they embraced me immediately. So, I mean, I became friends with so many, and all my friends were gay, and I would go to the gay clubs and everything. She would also even go with us and everything. So she was not against, gay people. But I know that, as a mother, she most likely would have wanted me to get married and have children so she could have grandchildren. That's what my perception, and she's never told me that. So, as time passed, I started getting older and I started working on my own issues, and I still am. I'm a work in progress, as I say. I came out of the closet maybe 8 years ago. you know, but I was still hiding it from my mother, you know, even though, as they say, you know, mothers, even if you don't tell your mother, mothers know. So, you know, she's so understanding and loving. I was just afraid to hurt her more. And she's like the military. Like, don't ask, don't tell. But when I met my partner, Lisa, my wife, I just couldn't hold the happiness and joy I had inside. I felt so much joy, and I wanted to share it with the other special woman in my life, which was my mother. And by this time, I was also coming out of the HIV closet to the whole world. And I was ready and I was proud. So I feel free like a butterfly, and I'm full of joy because of this. I went to visit her in February 16th of this year. And I remember we were in the patio of the house, and I was beating around the bush as I always do, even like when I disclosed to Lisa, because Lisa is negative, beating around the bush, so anxious, so nervous, you know. How am I going to tell my mom this, you know, what is she going to think, you know, just a lot of things. I was just scared. So I remember that, you know, again, I was beating around the bush, and I was like, Mom, I have something to tell you, and it's something about me. And she just responded, what, that you're with Lisa? And I was like, I was so in shock. But then again, mothers know, you know, but I was like, wow. I said, how come you didn't tell me that you knew? And she's like, because I was waiting for you to tell me. She's like, I already knew. And I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was like in shock. So she, again, you know, my rock, accepted me, didn't judge me, didn't say I was doing the incorrect thing. Just like back when I told her I was positive, you know, 20 years ago, that there was not really a lot of information out there, especially for Hispanic families, you know. She's very open-minded. You know, she never rejected me or anything like that. Same thing now. No rejection towards Lisa. She loves Lisa. She knows that Lisa is a very important part in my life. She's also my rock. And she's someone that truly loves me. So basically what my mom told me was that whatever makes you happy makes me as a mother happy. And I was so proud, and I felt also so proud of letting her know. You know, it was just such a tremendous moment for me. So, you know, as I said before, I cried. I feel that I mean, I'm so blessed to have the mother that I have, that doesn't judge me, who accepts me, prays for me. She's my example of life. So pride has to do, for me, pride is more about being proud of who I am as a human being. And I can really say it now. I am Maria. I'm 38 years old, and I am an HIV positive lesbian woman. And I am very blessed. So, yet I still have many missions to accomplish in this life. I feel that that was one of the missions that I already have accomplished. So that's what pride means to me. I'm proud of who I am. And it's not about how really others, it's never been really about how others perceive me, because I really don't care. It was more about the not hurting my mother and me not coming out, because people or other family members are so closed in that they were going to harm her. So it was more about me protecting my mom and my mom protecting me. It's always been that. So at this point in my life, I am grown, and she lives in Colombia, I live here. And as I said, I'm very happy, very proud, and I'm very blessed to have two women in my life that are so essential for my well-being, and that is my mother, Tere, and my partner wife, Lisa Lang. I love you. Love and light.